Hello YouTube, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a banana upside down cake that is just divine. So if you want to know how to make this amazing cake, then make sure you carry on watching this video. The ingredients that you'll need to make this beautiful light fluffy cake is 225 grams of butter and caster sugar, 275 grams of self-raising flour mixed with 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 4 large eggs, and then I've got 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence mixed in with 4 tablespoons of milk. Then for the gorgeous caramel topping, you'll need 200 grams of soft brown sugar, 120 grams of salted butter, and 4 large ripe bananas. The first thing that you want to do is make this beautiful kind of caramel toffee sauce that's going to be on the bottom, but then be on the top once you flip it over, of the cake. So you'll need to add in your salted butter into a small or medium saucepan along with your soft brown sugar. Now it doesn't matter if you haven't got soft brown sugar, however this does add a really good colour to the cake. Whilst you're waiting for that to melt down on a medium heat, you want to peel your bananas and then you want to cut them in half lengthways. So get rid of any of the little bits that are attached, you don't want those. And then what I do is I get it this side up and then I will just cut this in half, trying not to break the banana. So you want 2 halves of the banana that will look like this. Now is the time to preheat your oven to 160 degrees. If you need any conversions, make sure you give me a shout. Now looking back on your toffee kind of caramel sauce, you want to make sure you give it a stir every now and again. And you want to dissolve the sugar and you want to make sure that the butter has melted completely. Whilst you're still waiting for that to melt down, you can then beat together your sugar and your butter. I always do that first, so the creaming method. Make sure you beat this until it's light and fluffy. Can you believe it? My whisk has just broke. But never fear, you can use a wooden spoon and beat together the butter and sugar and it works just as good. Yes, it's a little bit more work, but hey, I am not gonna not make this cake. Now it's time to put your bananas onto the tin. Now the measurements of the tin are in the description, so make sure you have a look. You can use alternative tins if you haven't got one of these, but this I find works best with this recipe. So it looked like that in the tin, and then you want to then pour over your gorgeous melted sugar and butter. Now it doesn't matter if it looks kind of split, so it's not going to be fully combined. As long as you give it a really good stir, it shouldn't matter, because when it cooks in the oven, it will just caramelize and it turns beautifully sweet and sticky. So you want to just pour this over the bananas, make sure that you fill in all of the holes or any of the gaps. Back to the cake mixture now. You want to add in your eggs, add in the milk and the vanilla extract, and then sieve in your self-raising flour. At this stage, if you have a whisk that actually works, then whisk this up until it is smooth, there's no lumps of flour, and it also looks light and fluffy. If not, you'll have to do it manually like I'm going to have to do, and you want to fold in all of these ingredients. And this is going to take a little while. Halfway through folding all that mixture together, I thought, this is taking too long. So I just beat it really hard until it came together and it was smooth. Yes, your arm will have a workout. You want to add the mixture from the outside in, because you don't really want to mix the caramel into your cake mixture. Then very lightly with a spatula, you want to smooth the cake mixture so it is an even layer. Now that's spread out, you want to bake it in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes. The cake is out of the oven and I've just let it cool slightly for about 3 minutes only, and I've placed on a wire cooling rack. Now if you can, get a chopping board or a large plate, just enough to cover the base of the cake. And then very carefully you're going to flip it over. Be careful because the caramel will be very hot. So now it's time for the moment of truth. Oh yeah. Oh my word. That is amazing. So it is beautiful served warm, but you can serve it cold also. But it would just go so good with some cream, or even better, some vanilla or salted caramel ice cream. Turned out perfectly, and none of it has stuck to the tin. Now, time to serve and take a slice. So look at that edge where it's all caramelized. The bananas have gone soft, and that adds loads of moisture to the cake. And then you've got a nice light sponge there. It smells amazing. It is simply delicious. That caramelization on the sides, the edges are my favorite, because it just goes into this like toffee almost caramel, and then the banana coming through and the light cake. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you know when my next video is coming up. I will see you in my next video.